Hi, everyone. I'm Sam Wilson Jr., and this is the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast, the music podcast on where I interview singers and musicians from genres of black music: gospel, jazz, blues, old school classic soul, old school hip hop, today's hip hop and R&B, Caribbean, Latin, Afrobeat, Afro-Latina, blue-eyed soul, disco, go-go, line dances, and the Lost 45s. So come with me as I take you on to a trip to the destination genre of black music right now on the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. Legal Shield is a proud sponsor of the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. Have you been involved in any types of accidents? Have you been a victim of identity theft? Have you been a victim of a computer fraud scam? Have you been in disputes with your tenants or landlords? If your loved one dies and they didn't write up a will for you or for your family, or you and your spouse are filing for divorce, or if you need help by opening up your small business, give Legal Shield a try. Visit their website at LegalShield.com and tell them you heard it here on the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. Do it today. You'll be glad you did. Welcome to the Black Soul Music Experience. I'm Sam Wilson Jr., and I have a special guest on my show, and it's a blue-eyed soul white chocolate episode. This lady that I'm about to introduce is a dynamic singer, songwriter, model, and host known for her magnetic presence and empowering artistry. With a soulful voice, her music blends modern R&B with timeless inspiration, capturing themes of love, strength, and resilience. Her new album, Stronger, is available now on iTunes, and her new song, I Don't Chase, I Attract, is available right now on iTunes. Please help me welcome to the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Shauna Knapp. Hi, Shauna. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fine, and you? Welcome to my podcast. Glad to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
All righty. And as always, America doesn't know who you are. The world doesn't know who you are. So I'm very delighted to have you here on my show. So let us begin, shall we?
Yes.
Now, where were you born?
I was born in Kansas City, Missouri.
Ah, Kansas City, Missouri. Okay. Is that the home of the Kansas City Royals?
Yeah. Yes, they're out here with the Chiefs.
Okay. Now, were your parents or any of your family relatives in the music industry, or did they had 9 to 5 day jobs?
My mom and dad had a 9 to 5. But my aunt, the reason why I love music so much, my aunt used to sing to me all the time before she passed away. And my mom's like, you got all your music from her because she would sing to you all the time. So I got it from her.
Okay. Well, first of all, my condolences goes out to you in your loss.
Oh, thank you.
And which high school did you go to?
Bonner Springs High School, Bonner Springs, Kansas.
Okay. And which college did you go to?
Full Sail University,
And what was your major in college?
audio engineering, which I graduated 2 years ago.
Oh, okay. Congrats. Now, who did you want it to be when you grow up?
I really just wanted to be, I really wanted to be a singer and tour. That was, and dance. That's all I wanted to be. So I used to go to daycare and I would run around and everybody knew me at daycare because I'd be singing to everybody. And I just have a little pink boom box. And back then we had to hit the buttons to record the songs on the radio when we had little cassette tapes. So I'd record the song and then play it over and over. And I would just sing to everybody, and everybody always knew. Here goes Shauna.
And how old were you when you started singing and writing songs?
So I always wanted to do it, but I ended up getting in like a relationship that pretty much he was telling me, you'll never make it in the industry. You just need to stop. So I kind of just didn't go anywhere until I turned 19. A friend of mine asked me to come over and record a hook from them. And once I did that hook, well, of course, that changed everything. I've got enough to get away from him and been doing music ever since.
Mm. Was being a singer and songwriter and a model your calling?
Yes, I do modeling as well. I've been in a couple of modeling magazines last year, so that was fun. This year we're going to get more.
Oh, okay. Now, growing up, were you in a church choir? And if so, what church did you belong to?
No, I wasn't in a church choir, but I did choir at school, and I
Mm,
loved choir. Like that was probably the best class to have in school. I was like, yes,
mm.
choir time. Then here came social studies. I'm like,
Now, growing up, who was some of your favorite R&B artists?
Mariah Carey for sure. I grew up listening to Mariah Carey, um, Madonna. Madonna was a good one. Mariah Carey was the biggest one though. She's the first CD I ever owned. When me and my mom went to the store and I was like, I gotta have the CD. That's when CDs came out. And she was the first CD I ever owned. And Madonna was the first cassette tape I ever owned.
Mm, okay. And who were your musical influences that had inspired you? You mentioned Mariah Carey and Madonna. Who were some of your others that had inspired you?
Amanda Perez, she was a big one, um, which was cool because you should have seen me when I had to do a show for her. She came to Kansas City. A friend of mine was like, Amanda wants to come to Kansas City and we want you to like put on the show, get the venue and run everything. Yeah, you know, when you're an artist, they don't want you to be starstruck, but I sure was like, I was trying to keep my cool, you know, but like all I could do was stare. Like, I used to watch you on MTV. You remember in the morning time MTV had like the spring break and the dancing on the beach and she was on there, Baby Bash was on there and I look back and like I've met all of them and I'm just like I used to watch you on MTV and now I physically know you. Like when they see me they know who I am, which is so cool. Like they just remember me.
Wow. Now, let's talk about your latest LP, Stronger, which I found on iTunes. Please share with our audience on what your album is about.
So everybody was asking me, when are you going to drop another album? Because I think my album before that, I think it was like a 5 or 6 years before I actually did Stronger. And I wanted everybody to like see everything that I've been through from like heartbreak and trying to keep a smile on your face and keep pushing. Because sometimes with artists, people just think, oh, you got it made. But we still struggle, like especially us artists that are still independent. We're working, we're doing everything on our own. We don't have management, we do it all. And it's like, I wanted people to understand, like, this is what I've taken, like, everything I've been through, but I'm still here. I'm still pushing through, and I'm going to continue to keep doing music.
Now, how would you describe your sound?
I would say it's more R&B pop with a little bit of hip hop, but I'm changing that this year.
Mm,
So
okay.
we got a whole country album coming out. I want it to be like, you have your genre where you have your R&B and you have your pop, but I want you to be able to be like, oh, well, you know what? I don't like R&B, but she's got a country album and that's amazing. When I went to daycare, I grew up on Reba McEntire. She was the one I always listened to, and I karaoke her song, Why Haven't I Heard From You Today? And so I was like, country was like my thing, but then the reason why I never did a country album, I was going to do it, but then Jelly Roll came out and went country, and then everybody followed the trend, and I was like, oh, I don't want to do that because I don't want people to think I'm following the trend. But this year, I'm like, you know what? Country is what I wanted to do before any of that happened, so I'm going to do it, and I want to be able to be known as this girl can sing whatever you put in front of her, she can do it.
Now, I got a chance to check out your music videos on YouTube, that including Gone, Mask, Tonight, She's Coming for You, I Can't Stand You, Ladies Night, and Joyce's, and Banging on the Radio. Let me tell you, you be rapping just like this white girl, Savannah Dexter. She can
Oh
sing
yeah.
country too, but she can also rap like country hip hop. Please share with our audience on what those songs are all about.
So banging on the radio was kind of I used to work with this record. Well, they were just like an independent label in Kansas City. They were called Gone in the Gang, and I was working with them. They're the ones who like got me into doing music. And well, anyways, I ended up getting in a relationship. They didn't like the boyfriend, so they let me go. And so I was like, no, I got to bounce back from this. I can't let this be. This is it. And so a friend of mine in St. Louis, the person that's on the song called, his name is B. Scanless, he was like, no, we're going to do this song and we're going to get you back out. So banging on the radio was like I'm coming back out. Here I am. I'm not going anywhere. You might have thought I was, but I'm not. And that's where banging on the radio came from. Um, Gone was a song that I did for my grandma that passed away. Um, I just wanted, she was my life. We would go out to eat. We did everything. Like in the morning time, after watching MTV in the morning, my parents would leave and I'd be in the house being all scared because you never, when you're a child, you're just scared. Grandma would show up at 7 o'clock. We'd go out to eat for breakfast, and sometimes she'd take me to Hobby Lobby, and then she'd drop me back off. And then before she passed, I got the opportunity to take care of her, and so I was over there giving her baths, just spending that quality time with her, and I'm glad I got to do that. I tell everybody, if you got your grandma, your grandpas, your mom, your dads, spend as much time because once they're gone, you're just like, man, what do I do now? So that's where Gone came from. Um, I think you mentioned Wings. Wings was for my other grandma that passed away. She before she passed away, she was like, "You got to make me famous." So if you watch the whole video, you'll see at the very end I have pictures of her and I got her talking. I actually recorded her voice before she passed. It took us a whole hour because she kept saying different stuff, so we pieced everything together. And yeah, that's where Wings came from. And that song was done. I ended up right when she passed away. I wrote it, recorded it, and performed it at her funeral in like a small time frame, but we got it done and I think she would have been really happy about it.
Right. And you also did the song Mask and tonight. And I gotta check out your video choices. And I think that's a good song that carries like a social message. And Ladies Night, oh, well, I love your video. You know, when I think of Ladies Night, I think about the other song, Ladies Night from Cool and the Gang, and then Little Kim and Angie Martinez
Oh
and
my
Missy
gosh.
Elliott sampled the song.
Oh,
And
that's where I got Ladies Night because I love that song with Little Kim and them. So I was like, we gotta have a Ladies Night. The video was amazing. I was hoping to get more females out there, but it was still a great turnout and we had fun with that. Um, Choices, yes, choices. Whoo, that video took me all day. That is about being bullied at school. I tell you, that video we started, I had to be in hair and makeup at 5 in the morning. We had to get all the kids together. We started at 8 in the morning. The video got done at 7. And I will tell you, being around a bunch of kids all day, I was out for the count after that video. Couldn't nobody wake me up. But it was such a great video. And it was really nice that the director, I like being part of how I want a video to be. Some directors don't like you to do that. But with this one, when it came to choices, he was like, yeah, he had his input, I had my input, and it came together so good. Like with the parents yelling, they didn't even know each other, but they did an amazing job. So I'm glad the video's out. I'm actually working on a new anti-bullying song right now.
okay, I'm looking forward to that one too. And you also did She's Coming for You. I was like, Is this going to be like a next Maury Povich Terry Springer thing?
Yeah, that was an ex relationship that I went through. He literally came into my life. I've known him for a while, but he came into my life and was right off the bat, I love you. Kids were already saying they love me. I'm like, okay, what's really going on? But I mean, I don't have any kids, but I do love being around kids. And so they were around for a while, and then I found out he was cheating on me, and like the kids started telling me like, yeah, daddy's cheating on you, and he wants us to say we love you to keep so we can stay where we have a place to stay. And I ended up getting him out of the house, but I was like, no, that's kind of where my Taylor Swift my Taylor Swift came in. I started like, boy, if you date me and you do me bad, there's so many, yeah, you're about to get a song like, but I do that because it really somebody else is going through that. And if they see I went through it and I have a song about it, then they're like, yeah, this is how I feel. And so they can relate to that song. And every song I do literally what's going on in my life. That's what I write about, real experiences. So people could be like, "Oh yeah, like we have the songs that are like the Boss Chicks, and that gives girls confidence. Like, yeah, she could do this, I could do that. I'm gonna go do my makeup and listen to the song and build up that confidence, and we're about to go out." So I like to do songs that are based on experience that I've been through, or even if my friend tells me a story and I'm like, oh wow, that will touch somebody. Then more of it's more my life, but like I said, if I have a friend or something, they're like, I can't believe he did this and da 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 da, and I'm like, oh well, let's write something about that, and then I'll sit down here and just start writing, and then get a song done.
Mm. And the other song, "I Can't Stand You," is it kind of like like a sequel to that song, "She's Coming for You"?
I Can't Stand You actually came out before She's Coming for You. Actually, the person that's in the video, me and him used to tour a lot. We're not really blood related, but he might as well be my brother. And he would just make me so mad. And I'm like, I can't stand you. And then we ended up coming up with a song with I Can't Stand You. And he came up with the whole idea about us boxing outside and stuff. But everybody likes that song when when I'm performing. They're like, can you do that song, please? It's like my favorite. And I'm like, yeah, we'll do the song. So that's one of
Right,
people's favorites.
right. Let's talk about the new song, and I got a chance to check it out, and it's called "I Don't Chase, I Attract." When I listened to that song, I said, "Girl, you are funky."
The idea for that song is like the dating pool is horrible. I'm not gonna lie. Like dating is horrible. And it's like guys would come up and they would talk to me and then like I don't hear from them like for a couple of days. And I'm not gonna keep on saying good morning and trying to reach out and you can't even respond. So I want them to be like 2026, it's about me. So if you're not responding, I'm not chasing you. I'm not going to keep on writing you. I don't chase, I attract. I know I'm beautiful. Somebody out there one day will see, how much love I have to give. But I'm not going to chase nobody. I'm just not. I've done that. I'm not going to lie. I have done that, but I'm not 2026. No, I'm putting my foot down. If you want to talk to me, then even a good morning. Just send me a good morning. I'll send you a good morning and a response back instead of me writing you good morning every morning and then I don't get a response back. Nobody wants to deal with that. Like, then obviously I'm not on your mind, so I'm not going to sit here and keep going out of my way to write you. So that's where I don't chase, I attract came from.
Okay. Now, I got a chance to download some of the other songs from your previous LPs. I mentioned Choices, and there's another song that I saw from 2017. It's called Your Body from the LP Love is Pain. And also, your latest one, I got a chance to download, called Body Talk with special guest Paris Wilds. And let me tell you, your song is it's like I'm getting on the dance floor on Friday night. I said, boom, tsh, boom, boom, tsh, boom, boom. I said, yeah, it's Friday night time to get down there funky.
Right.
So, yes, I enjoyed those songs and your other songs about that. Now, how many years have you been in the music industry, and how many songs have you done before the start of the pandemic?
I've probably been in the music industry probably a good 15 to 20 years now. Yeah, I've been in there hustling. Before the pandemic, I had a whole team that I had. Like I said, I was working with, and I still work with Amanda Perez, but I was doing shows with Amanda Perez. I was traveling, Paw Wall, Busy Bone, Baby Bash. I was out here and I was networking, and then the pandemic happened, and you can't do shows, and I wasn't going to the studio, and I was just at that time I ended up enrolling in school. So I was focusing on school, which I had a whole studio at home, but I wasn't really like, I don't really know what I was doing because I was still learning. Um, so there was that. And then once we can start going out and about, I ended up, there's a studio out here called 6411 Studios. He's a really good friend of mine. He was like, well, if you need tutoring, I can help you tutor. And I was like, oh, what better way? I got a whole Grammy winning, engineer that wants to give me classes and studies, and I was like, this is great. So after that, I've been going to him for probably 4 or 5 years, faithfully every Thursday. And he would, if we have like a project, then I'm spending more time there. But lately, I've been going like every Thursday from like 8 to 9 o'clock Central Time. And we just been wiping out tracks. I got Stronger Part 2 that's coming out in May. And then I'm going to do the country album, and that's going to come out in like September. But I have singles that are coming in between everything. Like right now, I'm working on a Valentine's single. So.
Mm. Well, you really work hard, so my hat goes off to you.
Thank you. I definitely am. I book my own shows. See, and then when I had the team, that was really nice. And now it's as of everything's changed, it's me. I'm doing everything. I'm booking my shows. I'm booking the studio time. I'm, getting into these magazines by myself. I do have somebody who does my photos, and I have somebody who does my videos, but like I'll record from home and then take all my tracks and then have my engineer mix me just because I'm still learning the mixing process. So I'd be watching him still. There's stuff I know, but there's still stuff I'm learning from him. So I take that opportunity to record from home too, so it's more learning experience for me.
Okay. Now, let's talk about your label, Mission Bright Entertainment. How many years was your record label was in existence?
So I started that about 3 years ago, just started pushing it about 6 or 7 months ago. I wanted it to be Mission Bright Entertainment because as of right now, I do have, red hair, red and black hair, but normally, which my hair is about to change because I change my hair all the time. We're about to go back to like a red and a pink and a black color. And I'm normally bright. So I wanted to make Mission Bright because I'm on a mission. I'm always bright and I'm ready to go, you know. So I made Mission Bright Entertainment, and that's where that came from, where I can help artists. Like sooner or later, I'm hoping to pick up an artist to go underneath me because as I'm still pushing, I really would love to get into management and manage an artist and push them, not just push me where we could build a team. So that's where I started it at. And I offer like artist development. If you need me to do your emails, I'll do your emails for you. I have no problem doing that. But it's just to get the artists, because in Kansas, like we have artists out here, but a lot of artists don't want to work with artists. It's like a competition. And I'm like, it's not a competition. Let's work together. We can go farther. But I don't know. Times have changed where we used to all work together. And now it's like a lot of artists distance themselves and they're like, oh, no, I'm on this path and you're on that. So I can't work with you. I think we should always be working together because, like I said, that's how we can grow.
Okay, well, good luck with that. While you're not performing, you were also a model. What magazines have you appeared in?
I've appeared in, it's called LURE magazine.
Is
And
that
then
a low?
no, it's like, it's not a local. It's It's like a internet
Oh,
magazine thing. I'm in this
oh,
too. I'm in the
oh,
mid.
okay.
I'm in this one. I just did a interview on a magazine, which they just sent me the article, which I forgot to give my mom one of them. But it's article it was off of. It's called Voyage KC magazine. That one's in
Mhm.
KC, and then I was in this other magazine. It was called Harper Modeling magazine. So I'll have to send them to you so you can check them out.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that. You were also a host. Was it a talk show or a game show or a reality show? And if so, what was the name of the show that you hosted?
So I've been like co-host on different broadcasts, but I do a lot of hosting at different shows. So I won't perform. I'll come in there and I'll talk, and I'm very funny too. So they have me on there, and I'll introduce the artists and let them perform. So I do host for a lot of different shows as well.
Hmm. Okay, so now I'm just learning the ropes. You're a singer, you're a model, and a TV host. How did you juggle those roles?
It's very hard, but I do it. I always have to write down an agenda. Like in the morning time, I get up at 4:15 in the morning and I write down an agenda, everything that needs to, what I need to do from gym to what emails need to be sent out. And so I have to make an agenda. Like you have to have an agenda. Sometimes I don't go to bed until 11, midnight, and I still get up at 4:15 in the morning.
Hmm.
That's also because my dogs won't let me sleep in.
Oh, okay. Now, if you have to choose, what would you want to do? Would you do more singing or modeling or TV hosting or all of the above?
Probably all of the above, but the main one I would really love to do singing, traveling, touring, and dancing. Because on my routines, like when I'm performing, I do have some routines that I do, and I normally have dancers with me. So I would love to tour and really show everybody because I haven't got to do an actual tour. I was supposed to go on tour before the pandemic and we had to cancel it. And ever since then, I have shows here and there, but I haven't actually got to sit down and like make a tour, bring my dancers, and show everybody like this is what I really want to do. I really just want to perform and put on a great show and have my dancers with me. That would be amazing. That's the goal. Fingers
Okay.
crossed.
Right. Now, here's a question that I always ask my guests: living or dead, which artist you wish you wanted to meet or to perform with?
Aaliyah, she had it going on.
Hmm.
She was it all, acting, and I was going to get into doing some acting. I have a whole script that I'm just trying to find the right cameraman to do, and I want to do this movie. It was going to be called Unstoppable, and it was going to be about all the ups and downs when it comes to being an independent artist, like what you have to go through. And I really want to do that. So if I find the right camera person, I'm going to get acting in there soon.
Okay. Now, here on the Black Soul Music Experience, I always ask my guests who are the top 10 R&B black artists of all time. Now, since I have you, Shauna, we're going to be doing the Black Soul Music Experience, today's hip hop and R&B artist of all time. Now, here's how it works. We do it like a top 10 countdown, like the show America's Top 10, hosted by the late Casey Kasem. We would start at the bottom five of who was the best singer but didn't get any recognition. In other words, they were the best singers, but the record label they were on wasn't marketed or promoted like they should. But when we get to the top five, we will find out who was the biggest million selling artist ever. Did that artist had those top 10 number one hits? Did that artist receive the gold album or platinum or double platinum or triple platinum or today's diamond platinum? Did that artist won a Grammy or an American Music Award or an MTV VMA Award or a Soul Train Award or a BET Award? Did that artist performed on American Bandstand or Soul Train or The Midnight Special or NBC's Saturday Night Live or Solid Gold? Or did they had that music video which was aired either on BET or MTV or VH1? Or did that artist perform or had their own primetime special, whether it was on CBS or NBC or ABC, or did they had that special on PBS, whether it's great performances or just their own special during Pledge Month? Or did they had their live concert special aired on HBO or Showtime? So, Shauna, are you ready to take the challenge?
Yeah, I think.
Okay. And if you get stuck, I'll help you out to fill in the blanks, okay?
Okay.
Okay, we're going to start at number 10. We're going to start at the bottom five, the ones that the best but didn't get any recognition or their record label.
Okay. Oh, you want me? Okay. I was
Yeah,
like, do you want me to
yes,
name them?
yes,
Oh my gosh. Boy, where do I start? You had so this is gonna be R&B, hip hop.
yes.
Look at this. I'm like stuck. I don't know where they would all fall in. Like you
Okay.
had you had
Oh,
like you never really heard anything else from Soleil. I
oh, Soleil, Sole.
yes.
Okay, yeah, that's one of them. We haven't heard from that artist in a while. So, like I said, if if that person is a good singer, but the record label that they were on didn't get marketed or promoted, or in other words, their album has been sitting on the shelf
Right.
for like a year or two. So we'll put Soul, Sole, at number 10. Who should be at number 9?
Boy, I know a lot, but I don't know how it should go in order. You had 3LW.
Yes, 3LW. Yes.
They
I
were
don't
so
know.
good.
Yes, I don't know if you know this young lady who was in that group who later married to gospel singer Israel Houghton. Her name is Adrienne Ballion. And yes, she was in that group. And then later, after the group had disbanded, she was on that talk show too called The Real. And that was aired in syndication along with Jeannie Mai and I think it was Tamar Braxton and comedian Lonnie Love. So when
Oh
that
wow.
group disbanded it, she was on that talk show, daytime. It was aired in syndication. So we'll put the group 3LW at number 9. All right, we're up to number 8.
You had I just now started seeing her on Facebook, but she worked a lot with Baby Bash. Her name was Paula Deandra. She was really, really good too. And then like she had like two or three hits and then we didn't hear anything else from her.
Okay, Paula DeAndra. Okay, that's another one. We haven't heard from her, never heard her before, but we'll put her at number 8.
You got to
All right,
check
we're
her
up to
out.
number 7.
Um, I'm over here thinking now. Now I don't know if these are going good in order.
Okay.
But you had a Dina Howard. She came out
Oh,
with
yes,
she
Adina
came out.
Howard.
Boy, I love that song, Freak Like Me with her. I would always watch that video with her nails all long. I'm like, hey, and then I'm gonna have my nails done like that. And then as I got older, I'm like, yeah, I can't have long nails like that.
Yeah, because she made her debut back in 1994 with her debut LP called Freak Like Me.
hmm
And when I saw that music video, I said to myself, she really was a freak and everything. That was a top 10 hit on black radio back in 1994, and we never heard from her ever since. But I'm gonna give you a
Mm-mm.
little FYI. Do you know who was her influence?
Who?
Madonna.
Really?
Hmm.
Yeah, Madonna had it popping.
All
Yeah,
right, so
I'm a
we'll
big
put
Madonna fan.
Adina. Yes, so we'll put Adina Howard at number 7. Who should be at number 6?
You had what's her name? Cassie with P. Diddy,
Yes,
Puff
Cassie.
Daddy, whatever you call his name now. He changed his
Yeah.
name all the time. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she came out with that one hit, and then that was it. Like that's all I heard her. Me and You. That I would be playing that all the time.
Oh, okay. So we'll put Cassie at number 6. All right, we're up to the top 5. Who should be at number 5?
Oh, these are still people we haven't really heard of anymore.
No, these are some of the artists that the million sellers, everybody from.
Oh, hmm, you got me stuck. I'm so stuck.
Oh, okay. Let me help you out. We'll get to TLC. We can put
I
TLC
love
at number 5.
TLC. Yes,
Yes, that's.
TLC. I used to listen to them in high school, and I would
Mhm.
be walking down the hall. So I creep. Yeah. People all knew I loved.
Yes.
I loved them and Salt and Pepper.
Okay, so why don't we put that as a tie, TLC and Salt and Pepper, and we'll tie that at number 5. TLC came on the scene 1992. T-Boz, The Late Left Eye, and Chili, and their debut LP was called Ooh on the TLC tip on the
Yes.
LaFace Arista label. And when that music video came out and said, I ain't too proud to brag, and I was like, oh, so they're wearing those baggy jeans and everything.
Condom on the
So
eye.
yes, so they had a string of hits during the '90s, and then their second LP, Crazy, Sexy, Cool, came out with another smash songs as ever. They won a Grammy Award for that album. So even though we've lost Left Eye, but T-Boz and Chili are still with us. So we'll put TLC at number 5. And I tie that with Salt and Pepper, the first female ladies of rap hip hop came on the scene in 1990 with their debut LP, Hot, Cool, and Vicious, with their song My Mic Sounds Nice, and their follow up hit, Tramp, best video airplay ever.
Right.
And let me tell you, these ladies are still doing good. They had some hits, including Shake That Thing and also Shoot and What a Man, just to name a few. And they gotten gutted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame too, not that long ago. So we'll put a tie, we'll put TLC and Salt and Pepper at number 5. Who should be at number 4?
I mean, then you got your SWV and In Vogue.
Yes, we'll put SWV and then Vogue will tie that too. Now,
I
in
got to
Vogue.
actually meet Escape.
Oh, okay.
That
So what?
was amazing. And I got to sing to him. Yeah,
What?
my friend put me on blast and was like, she's a singer. And they were like, they stopped their music and they were like, we got to hear you sing. And I was so nervous because I was like, I never get nervous, but I'm like, I get to sing in front of you? Like, oh my gosh. So it was an awesome opportunity. We have the recording. I think my friend has it on her phone.
Oh, wow.
I need to
So
get that.
number 4, yeah. So number 4, we put a tie in Vogue. Came on the scene in 1990 with Cindy, Dawn, Maxine, and Terry. Their debut song "Hold On" from their debut LP "Born to Sing." They had a string of hits from 1990 all the way up until 96, 97. So we still got the ladies there, and also SWV stands for Sisters with Voices. They
Hmm.
represent the Boogie Down Bronx, New York, and Brooklyn, New York. And I got a chance to see them in person back in November or December 1992. I was at the Museum of Television and Radio, now known as the Paley Museum at 25 West 52nd Street in the NYC. I went there right after work. The late radio DJ Frankie Crocker from 107.5 WBLS in the NYC. I got a chance to go up to the fifth floor, go to the radio studio, and I see Frankie Crocker inside that studio. And then these three ladies came in. I said, "Who are these ladies?" And I see them. They were there promoting their song, and their LP was about to drop in
Wow.
1993. And I would never knew that those ladies would become SWV. So you see
Right.
Coco with the long fingernails, and I see Taj and Lele. So it's still around. So we'll put SWV and then Vogue tie at number 4. And I put down Escape at number 3. They came on the
Yes.
scene in 1993 with their song Just Kicking It, but they had two versions of it. They had the original version and they had the remix. And they had a string of hits during the 90s. So we'll put Escape at number 3.
You're my
All right,
little
we're up to number
secret.
2.
So that one's hard. We have Janet Jackson.
Uh huh.
She is like amazing. I got to see her perform live.
Uh
An
huh.
amazing show. She be getting down.
Oh
I love
yes,
it.
yes.
She's actually
Represent.
my first actual real concert I went to. I was like in the second row and I was just like, it was so great.
All right, so we'll put Janet Jackson at number 2 from the Jackson family. She made her debut at the MGM Grand Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada. She performed on stage, and then she wanted to get into show business, just like her brothers. So then, by 2 years later, 1976, the Jacksons, we have Michael, Marlon, Tito, and Jackie, and Jermaine didn't come along with them, so they took Randy with them. They left Motown Records and they switched over to CBS Records. At the same time, they had their own summer variety series on CBS. So they brought along the Jackson sisters, which includes Janet, and also Rebe and Latoya. And then later, Janet Jackson joined the cast of Good Times, aired on CBS. And then later, she joined the cast of Fame, aired in syndication. In 1984, she had her first major solo LP on the A&M label, but the album didn't do too well. When 1986 came along with her second LP, Control, produced and arranged by Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, that LP was selling like hotcakes. We had all her songs, including Control, What Have You Done For Me Lately, and Funny How Time Flies, just to name a few. Her album have sold over 1 million copies. She won an American Music Award for Best Album, Best Soul Single. She was nominated for a Grammy for that album. And yes, she had her third LP, Rhythm Nation 1814. I saw that music video and also some of her hits, including Rhythm Nation, Miss You Much, Escapade, Come Back to Me, Love Will Never Do. She had some other albums, including Janet, and yes, she had some other ones, including Poetic Justice, just to name a
Mm.
few. Got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for the class of 2019, and I got a chance to see her too back in 2019 at Harlem Week. But by the time she got there, it started raining. So I
Oh,
did get a chance to see a little taste of it and everything. So we'll put Janet Jackson at number 2. Okay, we're up to number 1.
I don't know. Mariah Carey, she just dropped a whole new album.
Okay, we'll put Mariah Carey. She made her debut back in 1990, self titled debut LP, Mariah Carey. She formed her debut song, Vision of Love, from her debut LP, and she performed that song on the Arsenio Hall show back in the summer of 1990. And then she performed that song again on the season premiere of NBC Saturday Night Live. She had other hits, including Love Takes Time to Heal, Someday, and her second LP, Emotions, which includes the song Emotions, Make It Happen. She had some other hits as well, but she'll be best remembered for her Christmas album back in 1994 with that song, All I Want for Christmas Is You. That was the best airplay song ever, every Christmas. So
Right.
we'll put Mariah Carey at number one. She won some Grammys and American Music Awards as well. So we'll put Mariah Carey at number one. So there we have it, our top 10 R&B and hip hop artists of all time. Well, Shauna, thank you so much for being here on the Black Soul Music Experience podcast. It's been a pleasure talking with you, and good luck to the albums and good luck to the new song. And when your new album comes out later this year, you're welcome to come on back. And good luck to the other tours and ventures that's coming up. I wish you success.
Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me.
You're welcome. Now, before we go, where can we follow you on social media?
You can find me on Facebook underneath Shauna Knapp official page. I'm on Instagram underneath Shauna Knapp official page. And I'm also on TikTok with Snapchat. And the only reason why I had to get a new Facebook is because in November they decided to disable me. So I had to start all over. 2 days after Thanksgiving, I had to start all over again. So find me, follow me. I would love to, you know, get fans back because I'm so lost without them. But TikTok's been like my good friend right now. So
Okay, thank you for the quick plug. Download all of the artists that we have talked about on this edition of the Black Soul Music Experience podcast. Visit iTunes.com, Spotify.com, or purchase a CD at Amazon.com. And make sure you follow Shauna Knapp. Look for her on Facebook and Instagram at Shauna Knapp Official Music. Follow her on TikTok. Make sure you check out all of her music. Right now, you can stream, download all of her LPs right now on iTunes and check out the new song, I Don't Chase, I Attract. That's also available on iTunes. And you can check out all of her music videos right now on YouTube. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to check out this episode, please subscribe to the Black Soul Music Experience podcast. Look for me on these five platforms. I'm on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and Pocket Cast. And the link is riverside.fm, excuse me, /studio/Samuel Wilson Jr.'s. Don't forget to add the S at the end, studio. And yes, I will be posting this episode on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And if you have a hard time getting on to riverside.fm, then please become a member and subscribe to patreon.com/the Black Soul Music Experience podcast. You got a computer? Go to use your email address and your password and go to the Patreon homepage where you see all of the shows done by different creators. Go to the search top box and type in the Black Soul Music Experience podcast. You can check out all of my audio and video podcast episodes from season 4 and season 5 and check out all the video podcast clips that you may have missed. And if you have a hard time getting on the Patreon, then I will be posting this episode on YouTube. Go to youtube.com/the Black Soul Music Experience podcast. All you need to do is go to the YouTube homepage, go to the search box, and type in the Black Soul Music Experience podcast. Check out all of my video podcast episodes from last season of season 4 and for this season of season number 5. If you love this episode, if you love my podcast, please subscribe, please support, please give me a thumbs up, please leave a comment, and please pass it on. Thank you for joining me as I close out this edition of the Black Soul Music Experience. Well, that's about it for this edition of the Black Soul Music Experience podcast. I'm Sam Wilson Jr. Thank you for joining me, and please tune in next week for an all new episode. The Black Soul Music Experience podcast is sponsored by the support of listeners and viewers like you. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe to the Black Soul Music Experience podcast. Look for my podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and Pocket Cast. And don't forget the link. The link is riverside.fm/studio/Samuel-Wilson Jr.'s-studio. And don't forget to check out my audio and video podcast episodes by becoming a member and subscribe to patreon.com/the Black Soul Music Experience podcast. And please check out my video podcast episodes by subscribing to youtube.com/the Black Soul Music Experience podcast. And please leave your comments, feedbacks, and replies by going to my Facebook homepage. Go to facebook.com/the Black Soul Music Experience podcast. You can also tweet me on X, aka Twitter, at Sam Wilson Jr. 66, and follow me on Instagram at SAMM.Y2980. As always, partying, remember this: reach for the top and your dreams will come true, and it can happen to you. From all of us, take care. God bless. Thanks for listening. Have a good week, and please be safe.